Have you ever sat down to work, determined to be productive, only to find yourself scrolling through your phone within minutes? Or maybe you've started an important task, only to be interrupted by a constant stream of notifications? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. In today's hyper-connected world, staying focused feels harder than ever. Technology, while incredibly useful, has become a double-edged sword, offering tools for growth but also endless distractions. Focus is the foundation of personal growth, productivity, and achieving our goals. Yet for many of us, it feels like an elusive skill, slipping away amid digital noise. So how do we reclaim it? How do we thrive in a world designed to pull our attention in every direction? The answer might surprise you. It's not about abandoning technology or retreating to a mountain cabin. Instead, the solution lies in a philosophy developed over 2,000 years ago: Stoicism. Stoicism, practiced by ancient thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. It's a philosophy of practicality and resilience, timeless lessons that are just as relevant today as they were in ancient Rome. In this video, we'll explore 10 Stoic practices that can help you reclaim your focus, take control of your time, and thrive in the digital age. These practices are simple, actionable, and designed to fit into your everyday life. By the end, you'll have a clear roadmap to minimize distractions and maximize your potential. Let's dive in. What is Stoicism? Before diving into the practices, let's take a moment to understand the philosophy behind them. Stoicism is an ancient school of thought that originated in Athens around the 3rd century BCE. It was later popularized in Rome by influential thinkers like Epictetus, a former slave-turned-teacher, Seneca, a renowned statesman and playwright, and Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor whose personal journal, Meditations, remains one of the most cherished Stoic texts to this day. At its core, Stoicism isn't about lofty theories or abstract ideas. It's a practical guide to living a good life, centered on one fundamental principle: focus on what you can control and accept what you cannot. The Stoics believed that external events are beyond our influence, but our reactions, thoughts, and decisions are entirely within our power. They emphasized 4 key virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, as the cornerstones of a meaningful life. These virtues aren't just philosophical ideals, they're tools for navigating challenges, making better choices, and staying calm under pressure. So, what does this ancient wisdom have to do with staying focused in a digital world? A lot. Think about the constant stream of notifications, social media updates, and news alerts demanding your attention. Much of this is beyond your control: what others post, when notifications arrive, or how technology is designed to keep you engaged. But you can control how you interact with it. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate discipline and mindfulness, to resist the urge to react impulsively, and to focus on what truly matters. In the context of our tech-filled lives, it offers a framework for managing distractions and reclaiming our attention. With this understanding of Stoicism as our foundation, let's move on to the first practice: controlling your perceptions. Practice 1. Control your perceptions. The way you perceive the world shapes your reality. This is one of the most fundamental principles of Stoicism. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. In today's digital age, distractions are everywhere. Social media, endless notifications, and a constant influx of information can make it feel like the world is vying for your attention. But here's the key: none of these distractions hold any real power over you. It's your perception of them, the value you assign to them, that determines their impact. Take, for instance, a notification pinging on your phone. To someone deeply immersed in work, this could be an unwelcome interruption. But to another person, it might be an opportunity to escape from boredom. The notification itself hasn't changed, only the perception of it. So, how can you use this principle to improve focus in a digital world? Start by reframing your relationship with technology. Instead of seeing your devices as sources of distraction, view them as tools that serve a purpose. Your phone, for instance, can be a gateway to productivity if used intentionally, or a black hole of distraction if left unchecked. Practical steps to control your perceptions. Turn off non-essential notifications. Not all alerts deserve your attention. Disable notifications for apps that don't add value to your goals. Reorganize your digital space. Move distracting apps off your home screen and place productivity apps front and center. Establish intentional boundaries. Use focus settings or time limits on apps to reinforce your perception of technology as a tool, not a temptation. By actively shaping how you perceive and interact with technology, you reclaim control over your focus. This small but powerful shift allows you to minimize unnecessary distractions and direct your attention where it matters most. With this first practice in place, let's move on to the next principle: practicing voluntary discomfort. Practice 2. Practice voluntary discomfort. One of the core tenets of Stoicism is the idea of embracing discomfort to build resilience. The Stoics believe that by willingly exposing ourselves to challenges, we develop the mental strength to endure difficulties when they arise unexpectedly. Seneca wrote, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, 'Is this the condition that I feared?'" In the digital age, comfort and convenience are everywhere. With a single tap, we can order food, entertain ourselves, or connect with friends. While these advancements are beneficial, they've also made it easy to avoid discomfort altogether. This avoidance can weaken our ability to focus and resist distractions. Practicing voluntary discomfort doesn't mean abandoning technology or living an austere life. Instead, it's about creating moments of intentional challenge to build discipline and reclaim control over your attention. Practical steps to embrace digital discomfort. Try a digital detox. Choose one day, or even a few hours, each week to disconnect from all screens. Use this time to engage in offline activities like reading, journaling, or spending time outdoors. Limit convenience. For instance, instead of defaulting to a navigation app, try finding your way using a map or memory. This small act reinforces focus and problem-solving skills. Create phone-free zones. Set up areas in your home, such as the dining table or bedroom, where devices are off-limits. Set time blocks without Wi-Fi. Challenge yourself to complete specific tasks without internet access, encouraging deep focus and reliance on your internal resources. These small acts of discomfort build mental fortitude. Over time, you'll find it easier to resist the pull of distractions because you've trained your mind to tolerate discomfort and prioritize what truly matters. With this practice in your toolkit, let's move on to the next principle: focusing on what you can control. Practice 3. Focus on what you can control. One of the most empowering teachings of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control, the ability to distinguish between what is within your power and what is not. Epictetus explained this concept succinctly: some things are in our control and others not. It is only after you have faced up to this fundamental rule and learned to distinguish between what you can and cannot control that inner tranquility and outer effectiveness become possible. In a world filled with constant digital noise, this principle is a game changer. Much of what happens online, what others post, how many likes your content gets, or the flood of emails, is entirely outside your control. But how you respond to these external factors, that's entirely up to you. By focusing your energy on what you can influence, you eliminate unnecessary stress and distraction. This approach not only sharpens your attention but also provides a sense of calm in a world that often feels chaotic. Practical steps to focus on what you can control. Create a digital action plan. Decide ahead of time how you'll interact with technology. Schedule specific times for checking emails, browsing social media, or consuming content. For example, set aside 30 minutes in the morning and evening for social media instead of aimlessly scrolling throughout the day. Set boundaries around your attention. Use tools like Do Not Disturb settings during deep work sessions. This ensures you're not at the mercy of external interruptions. Let go of the outcome. Whether it's a project at work or a social media post, focus on your effort rather than the result. You can't control how others react, but you can control the quality of your input. Practice self-reflection. At the end of the day, ask yourself, did I focus on what I could control today? What distracted me unnecessarily? Adjust your approach accordingly. When you center your attention on what's within your power, you free yourself from the mental clutter caused by things outside your control. This clarity allows you to prioritize tasks and deepen your focus on what truly matters. Next, let's explore the power of reflection as we move into the fourth practice: daily reflection. Practice 4. Daily reflection. Reflection is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius, in his personal journal, wrote extensively about his thoughts and actions, using this practice to align himself with Stoic principles. He once said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." For the Stoics, reflection wasn't just about looking back but also about preparing for the day ahead. In our fast-paced, digitally saturated lives, it's easy to move from one task to the next without pausing to reflect. However, taking just a few moments each day to evaluate your actions and intentions can transform your ability to focus. It creates a space for mindfulness, accountability, and course correction. all of which are essential for thriving in a world full of distractions. Practical steps for daily reflection. Morning reflection. Start your day with intention. Ask yourself questions like, what are my top priorities today? What potential distractions might arise and how will I handle them? Use these reflections to set a clear focus for the day. For example, if you know social media is a common distraction, plan specific times to check it or use tools to limit access during work hours. Evening reflection. End your day by reviewing your actions. What distracted me today? Did I stay focused on what truly mattered? What can I do differently tomorrow? Writing down your answers in a journal or digital app helps solidify these reflections. Gratitude and growth. Incorporate gratitude into your reflections. Acknowledge small wins like finishing a task without interruptions or resisting the urge to scroll aimlessly. This positivity reinforces progress and encourages continued effort. Practice 5. Mindful awareness. One of the most powerful tools the Stoics used to cultivate focus and discipline was mindfulness, being fully present in the moment, aware of one's thoughts and actions without judgment. This idea of mindfulness is not just about meditation, it's about bringing intentionality to every moment of your day. Epictetus said, "The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it." Skillful pilots gain their reputation from storms and tempests. In other words, true discipline is cultivated when we consciously choose how to respond to each moment, rather than letting the moment dictate our actions. In the digital age, distractions constantly threaten our ability to stay present. Whether it's the pull of social media, an incoming email, or a video that catches our attention, we often find ourselves pulled out of the present moment. Practicing mindful awareness allows us to observe these distractions without getting swept up in them. Instead of mindlessly scrolling through your phone, you can make a conscious choice to focus on a task or engage in something more meaningful. Practical steps to cultivate mindful awareness in the digital age. Set intentions for your digital use. Before engaging with technology, pause and ask yourself, what do I want to achieve right now? Whether it's checking an email, watching a video, or browsing social media, setting a clear intention helps keep you grounded. Single tasking over multitasking. While it may seem efficient to juggle several tasks at once, multitasking actually diminishes focus and productivity. Instead, practice single tasking. Give your full attention to one task at a time. This not only boosts your effectiveness but helps you stay present in what you're doing. Take digital breaks. Set designated times during the day to take breaks from screens. Step away from your computer or phone, stretch, meditate, or take a short walk. This reset helps prevent mental fatigue and restores your focus. Practice active listening. When engaging with others, whether through text or video call, practice active listening. Be fully present in the conversation instead of checking your phone or thinking ahead. This reinforces your attention span and strengthens relationships. Mindful technology use. Use tools like mindfulness apps such as Headspace or Calm to guide you in short, focused sessions of reflection. These apps often include reminders to check in with your breath and thoughts, helping you maintain a sense of presence throughout the day. Practice 6. Prioritize your values and purpose. Stoicism teaches us to live in accordance with our values and purpose. This means aligning our actions with what truly matters to us, rather than being swayed by external distractions or fleeting desires. Seneca famously said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." In a world filled with digital distractions, it's easy to lose sight of what we really want to achieve and fall into the trap of constantly reacting to external stimuli. By prioritizing our values and purpose, we gain the clarity to stay focused and make intentional choices. When your actions are aligned with your deeper purpose, distractions lose their power. For example, checking social media might seem urgent in the moment, but when you remember your bigger goals, whether it's writing a book, building a business, or mastering a skill, the urgency fades. By keeping your values front and center, you automatically filter out what doesn't serve your purpose, giving you the strength to stay focused. Practical steps to prioritize your values and purpose. Clarify your core values. Spend some time reflecting on what's truly important to you. Is it personal growth, health, creativity, or relationships? Write down your top 3 to 5 core values. These will serve as a guide to filter out distractions and prioritize your time. Set purpose-driven goals. Align your daily tasks with your larger purpose. For instance, if one of your values is creativity, make sure to carve out time each day to engage in creative activities, whether it's writing, drawing, or problem-solving. Your goals should reflect what matters most to you, not what others or technology demand of you. Use technology to serve your purpose. Technology can be a great ally when it supports your values and purpose. Use apps like Todoist or Trello to organize tasks that align with your goals, or set reminders for daily practices that nourish your values. However, be mindful of using technology as a tool, rather than letting it become a source of distraction. Create purposeful routines. Structure your day around your values. If health is a priority, schedule regular workouts or meal prepping sessions. If learning is key to your growth, dedicate time for reading, studying, or practicing new skills. Having a clear routine helps reinforce your commitment to what matters most. Reflect on your actions. Regularly assess whether your actions are aligned with your purpose. At the end of each week, ask yourself, did my activities serve my core values? If not, make adjustments for the following week. Practice 7. Use distractions as opportunities for growth. In the modern world, distractions are inevitable. They come in many forms: social media, emails, phone calls, pop-up notifications, and so on. However, the Stoics believed that every challenge could be turned into an opportunity for growth. Epictetus wisely taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When we face distractions, we are presented with a choice. We can allow them to derail us, or we can use them as opportunities to practice discipline and reinforce our ability to stay focused. Rather than viewing distractions as something to avoid or fight against, we can embrace them as moments to strengthen our willpower and refine our focus. For example, the next time you're tempted to check your phone during a work session, see it as a test of your discipline. Every time you resist the temptation, you're training your brain to stay focused. This Stoic mindset encourages us to embrace distractions, not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones on the path to greater self-control and productivity. Practical steps to use distractions as opportunities. Acknowledge the distraction. The first step is to simply acknowledge when a distraction arises. Instead of immediately reacting, pause and recognize it as an opportunity to practice self-control. For example, when your phone buzzes, take a deep breath and choose how you want to respond. Reframe the distraction. Reframe distractions as training moments. When you feel the pull to check your phone or take a break, use it as a cue to practice your willpower. Remind yourself that resisting distractions strengthens your focus and makes you more disciplined in the long run. Pause and refocus. When you do find yourself distracted, don't beat yourself up. Instead, simply pause, acknowledge what happened, and gently bring your attention back to the task at hand. This process of recentering strengthens your mental focus and teaches you how to regain composure. Use breaks purposefully. Use the time when distractions arise, like during a moment of boredom or restlessness, to take mindful breaks. A quick walk or stretching session can help reset your mind and body, making it easier to refocus when you return to work. Gamify your focus. Turn resisting distractions into a game. Use apps like Forest, which rewards you for staying focused, or track how many times you can avoid distractions in a set period. Adding a playful element to the process can make it more engaging and motivating. When you start using distractions as opportunities to practice discipline, you transform every interruption into a chance to grow. This perspective shift makes staying focused not just easier but more rewarding. Next, we'll explore how embracing simplicity can free up your attention and enhance your focus. Practice 8. Embrace simplicity. One of the fundamental tenets of Stoic philosophy is the idea of living simply and focusing only on what is essential. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reminded himself to cut through the noise of life and focus on the core elements that truly matter. In Meditations, he said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." For the Stoics, simplicity wasn't just about decluttering one's physical environment, it was about decluttering the mind. In the modern world, we are bombarded with endless information, digital distractions, and obligations. This constant influx of external input can lead to mental fatigue and overwhelm, making it difficult to focus on the tasks that matter most. Embracing simplicity, whether in our digital spaces, our commitments, or our daily routines, can dramatically improve our ability to focus and increase productivity. By reducing the clutter, both externally and internally, we create space for clarity and purpose. Practical steps to embrace simplicity. Declutter your digital life. Take a step back and assess your digital environment. Are there apps, websites, or notifications that you no longer need or use? Simplify your digital life by unfollowing irrelevant accounts, unsubscribing from unnecessary emails, or even deleting apps that no longer serve your purpose. The fewer distractions you have, the easier it is to stay focused on what's important. Limit your digital consumption. Consider setting daily limits on how much time you spend on certain apps or websites. This will not only reduce the time spent on distractions but will also encourage you to engage more purposefully with technology. Try to allocate specific blocks of time for activities like checking social media or watching videos rather than doing them sporadically throughout the day. Simplify your commitments. Evaluate your current obligations and ask yourself whether each one aligns with your values and goals. Are there any commitments you can eliminate or postpone? By simplifying your schedule, you can create more space for the things that matter most. Streamline your daily routine. Create a streamlined morning or evening routine that sets a positive tone for the day. By removing unnecessary tasks and focusing only on what sets you up for success, such as exercise, planning, or meditation, you create a foundation of simplicity that helps you stay focused throughout the day. Practice minimalism in thought. In addition to simplifying your environment, simplify your thinking. Instead of letting your mind race with endless possibilities and distractions, practice focusing on one task at a time. Use mental techniques like the Pomodoro method to break tasks into manageable intervals and avoid overthinking. The power of focused simplicity. When you embrace simplicity, you eliminate the constant barrage of distractions that keep you from being present and productive. By reducing external and internal clutter, you create the mental space necessary to focus on the tasks that will move you closer to your goals. The Stoics understood that true freedom comes from freeing ourselves from unnecessary complexities and focusing only on what is essential. Now that we've discussed the importance of simplicity, let's explore the Stoic practice of viewing challenges as opportunities. Practice 9. View challenges as opportunities. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the idea of seeing every challenge as an opportunity for growth. The Stoic philosophers, such as Epictetus and Seneca, emphasized the power of perception, the ability to interpret events not as obstacles, but as stepping stones for personal development. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This perspective invites us to see setbacks, difficulties, and distractions as valuable chances to strengthen our character and improve our self-discipline. In the context of modern life, challenges often arise in the form of digital distractions, be it an unexpected message, a tempting social media notification, or even the pressure to perform at work or school. These distractions can easily derail our focus. However, through a Stoic lens, these distractions are opportunities in disguise. Every time we face a digital interruption, it's a chance to practice resisting temptation, reinforcing our willpower, and improving our ability to stay focused. By shifting our mindset, we begin to see even the most frustrating moments as opportunities to exercise patience, strengthen our resolve, and refine our mental clarity. Instead of allowing distractions to defeat us, we learn to rise above them and stay anchored in our purpose. Practical steps to view challenges as opportunities. Reframe your mindset. When you encounter a challenge, pause and remind yourself that this is an opportunity to practice your Stoic virtues: self-control, resilience, and focus. For example, if you're interrupted by a notification, take a moment to mentally reframe it as a chance to strengthen your ability to stay on task. Embrace discomfort. Sometimes, distractions or challenges can create a sense of discomfort. Rather than avoiding or resenting it, embrace this discomfort as part of the growth process. When you feel the urge to check your phone or divert your attention, see it as an opportunity to practice resisting that urge. The discomfort is temporary, but the mental strength you gain from overcoming it will last. Track your progress. Keep a daily journal to track your challenges and how you responded to them. Reflect on moments when distractions arose and how you handled them. Over time, you'll start to notice patterns and improvements in your ability to stay focused. This practice of self-reflection not only helps you stay accountable but also reinforces the idea that challenges are opportunities for growth. Accept what you cannot control. In the face of challenges, it's important to recognize what's within your control and what isn't. The Stoics teach us to focus on our reactions to external events, not the events themselves. If you encounter an unavoidable distraction, such as an urgent message, acknowledge it and then return your focus to your original task as soon as possible. By accepting the things you can't control, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and maintain your mental clarity. Celebrate small wins. Each time you successfully resist a distraction or face a challenge head-on, celebrate the small victory. These little wins accumulate over time, reinforcing your discipline and encouraging you to continue improving. Acknowledging your progress fosters a sense of achievement, which in turn motivates you to keep applying Stoic practices in your daily life. The value of perception. The Stoic practice of viewing challenges as opportunities is rooted in the belief that our perception shapes our experience. By changing the way we perceive distractions and difficulties, we transform them into tools for growth rather than obstacles to our productivity. The more we practice this mindset, the better we become at turning every challenge, no matter how small, into a chance to enhance our focus, discipline, and resilience. Now, let's explore how embracing self-reflection can further sharpen our focus and enhance our ability to make intentional choices in the digital age. Practice 10. Embrace self-reflection and continuous improvement. The final Stoic practice to improve focus in a distracted world is one of the most powerful. Embracing self-reflection and committing to continuous improvement. For the Stoics, self-reflection was an essential part of personal growth. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, frequently turned inward, examining his thoughts and actions in order to correct his mistakes and improve himself. He wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." This statement reflects the Stoic commitment to self-mastery and the constant drive to improve one's character. In our fast-paced, digitally dominated world, it's easy to rush through our days without taking the time to evaluate how we are using our time or whether our actions align with our deeper goals. Distractions often keep us moving from task to task without reflection, leaving us feeling unproductive or unfulfilled. Stoicism teaches us to pause and take stock of our actions, thoughts, and goals regularly. By making self-reflection a daily habit, we can identify where we've been distracted, what's been holding us back, and where we can improve. Self-reflection not only sharpens our focus but also helps us become more intentional with how we allocate our time and energy. By reviewing our day and identifying areas where we lost focus, we can make adjustments for tomorrow, ensuring we stay on track and continuously grow. Practical steps to embrace self-reflection and continuous improvement. Set aside time for daily reflection. Just as we make time for work or leisure, make time for self-reflection at the end of each day. Set aside 10 to 15 minutes to review your actions, thoughts, and decisions. Ask yourself questions like, did I remain focused on my priorities today? What distractions did I encounter and how did I respond? The answers will provide you with valuable insights into how well you are managing your time and staying disciplined. Practice journaling. Journaling is an excellent tool for self-reflection. Write down your thoughts, challenges, and experiences each day. Reflect on moments when you were distracted and what triggered those distractions. Journaling helps you track your progress, understand your behaviors, and develop strategies to improve your focus. Use the morning and evening reflection technique. Marcus Aurelius often reflected in the morning about the challenges he would face that day, and at night he would review what went well and where he could improve. You can implement this by starting your day with a brief reflection on your priorities, and in the evening, review how well you stayed focused and what you could have done better. This practice helps you stay grounded and focused throughout the day while also giving you the opportunity to make improvements for the future. Seek feedback from trusted sources. While self-reflection is powerful, seeking feedback from others can provide new perspectives. Talk to friends, colleagues, or mentors who can help you identify blind spots and offer advice on how to improve your productivity and focus. Sometimes an external perspective is what we need to recognize areas for growth that we might miss on our own. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Reflecting on your actions isn't just about identifying mistakes. It's also about celebrating the progress you've made. Acknowledge the small victories like resisting a distraction or staying on task for longer than usual. Recognizing your growth keeps you motivated and reinforces the idea that improvement is an ongoing process. The Stoic path to continuous growth. Self-reflection is not about perfection, it's about progress. By embracing this Stoic practice, we develop the self-awareness to improve our focus, identify areas of distraction, and refine our strategies for achieving our goals. The key is to view each day as an opportunity to learn and grow, understanding that every challenge we face is a chance to become more disciplined and focused. By making self-reflection a habit and committing to continuous improvement, we ensure that we are always evolving, always growing, and always moving closer to our true potential. In a world full of distractions, this practice is a powerful tool to maintain our focus, enhance our discipline, and stay on course. Conclusion. The world we live in today is full of distractions that can easily pull us away from our goals and make it difficult to focus. However, by applying these Stoic practices, controlling our responses, setting clear intentions, prioritizing our values, minimizing distractions, using challenges as opportunities, embracing simplicity, and practicing self-reflection, we can regain control over our attention and cultivate a deeper sense of purpose and focus. Stoicism offers us timeless wisdom to navigate the modern world, and by adopting these principles, we can develop greater self-discipline, live intentionally, and thrive in an age of digital distraction. As you apply these practices in your daily life, remember that self-discipline is a journey, not a destination. Each small step you take toward improving your focus and productivity is a victory. With the wisdom of Stoicism as your guide, you can navigate the challenges of the digital world and live a life that is focused, purposeful, and truly fulfilling.